Let's talk about something really tough. We're going to dive into one of the deepest, most personal questions that any of us ever face, the problem of pain and what on earth it means for our faith. I mean, this is the question that just echoes in your soul, right? Especially in those really hard moments. If we believe that God is love, then why does so much of life feel so painful, so unfair, and just so confusing? So where do we even start? Well, I think the only place to begin is with a really honest admission. We are living in a world filled with things that, from where we're standing, just don't make any sense at all. These are the questions that keep us up at night, aren't they? Why do the people we love get sick? Why do innocent people have to suffer so much? And why, in those moments we need him most, does it feel like our prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling? If you've ever asked these questions, trust me, you are so not alone. And this feeling, it's not new at all. The Apostle Paul nailed it thousands of years ago with this verse. It's like we're trying to see this beautiful, complete picture, but we're looking at it through a really foggy, distorted piece of glass. We only get glimpses. We just can't see the whole thing clearly, at least not yet. Okay, so if our vision is limited, what if our understanding of love is too? Maybe the problem isn't just what we can't see, but how we're defining love in the first place. It's possible we're looking for the kind of love we expect to get instead of the one that's actually being given. There's often this huge gap, right, between our idea of love and God's. We tend to think love means nonstop comfort, total protection from pain, and getting answers right away. But what if God's love operates on a completely different level? What if it's more about building patience, working towards a long-term purpose we can't see, and sometimes even allowing for discipline that helps us grow? And that, of course, brings us to the million-dollar question, right? If God's love is so powerful and purposeful, why on earth would he allow evil and all the pain that comes with it to even exist? It just feels like a massive contradiction. The answer seems to come down to one incredibly powerful and, kind of complicated gift: free will. See, for love to be real love, it has to be chosen. It can't be forced. You can't program a robot to love you and call it a genuine relationship. That requires a real choice, which means the option to choose something other than love has to be on the table. So from this viewpoint, evil isn't proof that God doesn't love us. It's the heartbreaking consequence of the very freedom that makes real love possible in the first place. And that idea of choice, that's where everything pivots. We're going to shift our focus now, away from the mystery of why we suffer, to an even greater mystery, a choice so profound it's almost impossible to wrap our minds around it. Just try to put yourself in Christ's shoes for a second. He knew. With perfect, terrifying clarity, he knew every single moment of the physical and emotional agony that was waiting for him. And it wasn't just the physical pain. He knew the absolute gut punch of being rejected, betrayed, and abandoned by the very people he created and came to save. The prophet Isaiah called him a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. He knew what that felt like inside and out. He saw the cross at the end of the road. He knew every horrifying detail of what that meant. And yet, he still chose to come. He still walked that path. And the biggest question in the universe becomes, why? This one verse from Hebrews gives us the mind-blowing motivation. He wasn't just gritting his teeth and enduring the pain. He was actively, purposefully moving toward a joy so massive, so powerful, that it actually made the agony of the cross worth it to him. So that becomes the ultimate question, doesn't it? What kind of joy could possibly be worth more than the cross? The joy that was set before him was you. He saw you, your life, your future, your rescue, your relationship with him. And when he saw that, he decided that you were worth it. Now that is a love that operates on a level we can barely even begin to comprehend. So how does that incredible cosmic choice connect back to our lives right here, right now? Well, his sacrifice doesn't just promise to end our pain someday. It gives our pain purpose today. I mean, just look at the stakes here. Without the cross, our suffering could feel completely random and pointless. A world with no final forgiveness, no real hope. But because of what he did, the whole story changes. Our lives get infused with purpose. Death is no longer the end, and hope becomes a real, tangible thing we can actually hold on to. Now I know, when you're in the middle of deep, real pain, Hearing it called a light affliction can sound, well, kind of tone deaf. But Paul isn't minimizing our suffering. He's reframing it. He's saying that our pain, which feels so heavy right now, but is temporary in the grand scheme of things, is actually producing something eternal and glorious. It has a point. Here's a simpler way to think about it. Imagine a little kid at the doctor's office. They have no idea why their parent is letting a doctor stick them with a needle. All they feel is the hurt, and it feels like a betrayal. But that child can still rest in the fact that their parent loves them. Our relationship with God is kind of like that, just on an infinitely bigger scale. We don't see the reason for the pain, but we can choose to trust the love behind it. So, look, we may never get all the answers to our why questions in this life. That's okay. But even when the circumstances make no sense, we can hold on to what we do know for certain. He did it for you. He chose it willingly. And that is a love that is absolutely beyond our human understanding. And that leaves us with this final thought to take with us. The challenge isn't really to understand everything perfectly. The invitation is simply to trust. So the question becomes, can you trust a love that's bigger than your ability to comprehend it?